time has come for the event we've all been waiting for this summer, bringing together global talent from around the world. Let's go! No, we didn't mean that event. We meant the one with impact, financial inclusion. It's time for finals week. Coming up today, Banda, Devansh, Kalpesh, Yousuf, Hatem, Kartikey, Hossam, hello and welcome to day 3 of finals week. It's been a busy week so far. We've had a lot of good presentations covering Mifos X, Gazelle, Payment Hub, and it continues today. We've got a great lineup looking at Mifos X and the mobile applications that we have as well. So a really exciting day ahead for you. Without any further ado, let's dive into some mobile applications. And I'm delighted that we've got Banda to start off today's presentations. So Banda, over to yourself if you want to share and present.
Hi everyone, I am Nagarjuna, a recent graduate from computer science and engineering from India. And I have worked on personal money management and financial analytics module for this summer internship through Google Summer of Code. Yeah. Let me go through the project overview, what we want to accomplish this summer. Multi-man account management, which is a managing and seeing multiple financial accounts in one place. Previously, you have only one account at a time, whether and can able to manage. So now there is an option to manage multi accounts, and transaction tracking and categorization, automatically organizing and analyze income, expenses, and transfer. Basically, save debits and credits, all of this, and budget management, like creating budget, monitor spending, and receiving budget alerts, and planned payments and standing instructions, tracking upcoming bills, subscriptions, and recurring payments, and also financial goals and savings. Set saving User can set saving goals and monitor progress towards their financial targets, and also reports and analytics dashboard. Like we can provide a way of like visualizing spending patterns, like financial trends, income and expense. Basically, a charts visualizing all of these things. And AI powered features enable smart categorization, spending predictions, anomaly detection, and personal financial insights. Actually, and also home screen widgets, providing quick access to balances, and also quick glance at the balance, budgets, and one tap financial actions, like how other payments are doing. And also loan module library, like building a reusable KMP library that provides a complete end-to-end loan application experience. So this is the project overview that I worked on this summer. And coming to what I have accomplished this summer, before I get into this feature implementations, I get a chance to work on fixing bugs and resolving some issues existing in the application, which is of fixing transfer and interbank transfers. I resolved an issues affecting money transfer and improve reliability on intra-bank and interbank transactions, and also enhancing that transfer detail screen, where I have worked on redesigning the transfer detail screen with clean UI, improved layout, and also added language changing option as well, where we provide localization for multiple locales, and also multi-account management. Now I have added support for managing and switching between multiple user accounts seamlessly, simplified account handling while maintaining a secure and intuitive user experience, and also implemented home widgets for Android. Developed Android home widgets to provide a quick glance at the balance, and user can navigate into the app by clicking on the widget, so that it will become easier. On analytics dashboard, built an interactive dashboard for visualizing the income and expenses. Provided actionable financial insights through charts and summary statistics on percentage what where the money, whether it may be savings or credit or debit, and added PDF export for transaction history. I have given an option for user to download the transaction history as a PDF directly from our app, and also loan provider selection. Added a flexible providers multiple providers selection flow that supports multiple lenders. This is the work I accomplished this summer, and going to the each feature. Um, as I show in the midterm presentation, I have I have implemented this widgets for Android, where you can see represent an each state. When fails, it shows this UI, and on successful fetching, you can see this UI, and on income and expense, on tapping that, it will navigate to that respective screens. And when user is logged out, we will show this and ask user to log in. I mean sign in. On one tap, it will lands into login page. And this is a compact widget. And this is a 2x2 widget. Sorry, 4x4 widget. And this is 2x2 widget size. And this is a technical depiction on how this Android widget works. So if anyone tech really, interested in going through this, I will share this and you can go through this, how this works, what I have used in this. Everything is there in this chart. You can go through this. And yeah, coming to this transaction history, I have implemented a chart, pie chart kind of thing, where user can see how how much I spend and how much I get through credits and debits I received and spent. User can see a glance of his summary here, and which person went into credits and which person get into debits. And also multiple accounts, user can now select multiple accounts, have multiple accounts and manage from here itself, where this is the default account, and user can swipe through this and you can see transaction history if he swipes this carousel. Going to next screen. Yeah, this I have added the support. As I said, I have added support for exporting transactions. Now there is an option in the transaction history page itself, where user prompted to download if he wants, and this works for Android and need to implement for iOS as well. sorry. Uh, uh, and related to tech, I have added a progress tracking and error handling, where if it fails, it shows a toast kind of thing. And yeah, related to this, I think that's it. Supporting features. And loan module. This is the biggest module that I have worked, and it's also a time consuming this module to implement. Developed a modular loan application with multiple steps. I have added uh, you know, a feature called documents, where user can upload the required documents for applying this loan. Added API integration and repository based data management. Implemented document and signature collection as well, where user can upload the signature and he can sign in the screen itself. We have provided those three, uh, and added support for multiple languages within the library. And I will go through this. I will walk through the video in some time. And coming to this loan provider, developed in modular loan application where user can select multiple. User have an option to select the loan modular loan lender. According to that lender, we will navigate to the screen itself. Now, this has also a demo. I will go through that once. Yep, I think. Once. Uh, Actually, this is a video demonstrating that user can upload the required documents. Uh, User is went to finance and apply for loan. Here there is an multiple loan providers, and selecting on which we will ask the loan products, and then we will show the loan details here. And then user need to fill all these details, application name and required fields. And now here, this is the feature that I have added, where user can upload the bank account statements, collateral documents, and uploading signature as well. And one thing right now, I have just made this calling dummy APIs, fake APIs. Right now, I need to, once I get the APIs, I can just replace those with that, and it will works. Now next, user successfully apply for the loan. This is a flow for uploading the required documents. And we'll now go through the loan providers, where user will select apply for loan, and here user will select the loan provider. Here we will select to that respective web page, where we are allowing the user to apply from the Mifos page itself. No need to go into another platform. User can now come here and select the loan provider he wants, and we will show that respective screen in our app itself. And user can go through that screen and explore all the features that the bank has, and can apply to that loan and whatever the operation he wants from our platform itself. Yeah, this is the feature that I implemented. There is a loan module. Yeah, that's it from my side. And at last, I want to thank David and Ed for giving me this opportunity to work with the Mifos initiative for this summer. Yeah, let's keep in touch. If any queries related to anything or any clarification needed, you can contact me. Here is my LinkedIn and GitHub. Anytime, please ping me. I will be there. Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's great to see the work you've done this summer and adding some new features, like the ability to export the transaction flow. It's quite a nice feature to have in there.
Mm.
Just a reminder to everybody as we go along, you are welcome to put questions into the Q&A feature as we go along. And when we get to the end of today's sessions, all our presenters should still be around and we'll go through those questions at the end. So think of your questions going along, put them in the Q&A as you're going below. Just please put in what the project is as well, because this helped me try to work out who to direct it to at the end. Next, as I said, we're doing a sort of a nice mix today between mobile and Mifos X, and we're going to go more towards Mifos X. And we're looking at one of the interesting projects. You know, we have a lot of UI stuff that is used within Mifos X, but how do we test that reliably? Because there's a huge amount of tests that need to be done to make sure the UI is ready as it goes out the door. And especially as we're bringing on board our new exciting React technology, how do we make sure that stays consistent with what is the older Angular application? So I'm really delighted that we've got Devansh on board to talk about how we do production grade testing for our web app. Over to yourself, Devansh, if you'd like to share and present.
So, hi everyone, I'm Devansh. I'm an undergrad at NSUT Delhi. This summer, I worked with the Mifos initiative on E2E testing infra for the Mifos web app, and I have actually been contributing to Mifos since December last year, before G-Shock officially began. So now let's coming to the second slide. So Mifos web app isn't a small project. It's a production grade banking front end, 33 feature areas, 759 components, 632 routes. Real microfinance institutions run their daily operations on this. And when I joined, regression testing was manual. Before a release, somebody needs to sit down and click through client creation, loan disbursement, saving transaction, group management by hand every single time. There were two E2 stacks sitting in the repo, Cypress and Test Trigger, but they had been abandoned, present in the code base, not producing a signal anyone relied on. So the practical cost was that releases and Angular upgrades moved slowly because there was no cheap way to prove the core money flows still worked afterwards. So the gap was simple to state: no automated proof that the clinical paths still work. Now coming to the third slide. So why Playwright? The headline differences are on screen. Cypress run inside the browser, sharing the application's own run loop. Playwright drives a real browser from the outside. Cypress has limited cross-browser support. Playwright covers Chromium, Firefox, WebKit. So parallelism is free and built-in. Debugging gives you a trace viewer with a video and network. But honestly, the row that mattered most for this project is the last one, first class API testing. Therefore, Alberto recommended Playwright and I landed the foundation in December. And then something happened that validates the decision better in June 2026. Alberto removed Cypress and Test Trigger from the repository entirely. Playwright became the project's only E2 stack. So the foundation didn't just get added alongside the others, it replaced them. Now coming to the slide 4. Uh, the suite is built in 5 layers and the ordering is deliberate. At the bottom, layer 1 is a Fineract API client. That's how we see data and how we verify results. Layer 2 is selectors, routes, behaviors, flags, and this is the important one. This is the only layer that knows it's talking to the Angular app. Now, layer 3 is page objects, 26 of them. Each exposes a stable, readable API like approve loan or add charge. Layer 4 is factories plus something called cleanup guard, which tracks everything a test creates. So, layer 5 is the specs, which end up reading almost like user stories. Because Mifos is currently building a React version of this app, and because only layer 2 is framework coupled, porting this suite to React is closer to a configuration swap than a rewrite. That was a design goal from day one. Uh, Now coming to the demo part. So So this is Playwright UI mode, the actual test suite running against the actual application. On the left is every test we have organized by domain, charges, groups, KYC, loans, savings, clients. That's 6 domains of banking application covered end to end. I'll just run the clients section. So yeah, Now the first thing that runs is the login, and it runs once. We log in a single time. Log in a single, and it runs once. We log in a single time, save the session, and every test after that reuses it. So 15 chat tests share one login instead of doing 15 logins through the form. And so here is the yes, yes. So these are real browsers driving the real application. Let me open the. Is it done? Mm, It's stuck, I guess. Yes, it's done now. So every step the test took is recorded here, and when I click on a step, this shows me the exact page at that moment, not a screenshot, a real snapshot which I can inspect. Down here, I get the source line that run, and when the network calls and the console and the locator it used. So this is the part that matters. When something breaks at 2 a.m. in CI, nobody gets a message saying test failed. They get this, the exact step page as it was, and the network traffic around it. That's the difference between a suit people trust and one they learn to ignore. And every test in this suit follows the same shape. It logs in once, then creates its test data through the API, not the UI. 2 seconds instead of 30, and it means a test about activation isn't secretly retesting client creation. Then the browser does the one thing actually under test. So yes, uh, we check twice. We look at the screen and then we go back to the API and confirm Fineract really recorded it. Because the UI can show you a success message while the backend save nothing. The screen can lie, the database can't. Uh, the other five domains work exactly the same way. The full suite is 241 tests in about 3 minutes. So here is the. So you can see here in the terminal, I have run the test before the meet. So uh, that loop is the whole project. Everything else I built exists to make it fast and to make it trustworthy. Now coming to the sixth slide. Yeah. So now the honest part. Because building this taught me things I genuinely didn't expect. First, and my favorite, the E2E suite found a real production bug. The add client charge component used on push chain detection, and it was mutating state inside an async subscribe. With nothing telling Angular the view was dirty, so the chart details just never rendered. My test was correct. The application was broken. That fix went into app code, not test code. So second thing I learned from this, I stale dev server on port 4200 served me the wrong application for hours, and I didn't notice. So the real shift over the summer was this. I came in thinking the job was just writing the test, and it isn't. The job is engineering signal you can trust. Now coming to the seventh slide. Right now I have three PRs open, all on CI reliability. After that, Docker layer caching to cut CI time, reviving the license header check, which currently reports green having checked nothing at all. Flake visibility and per worker isolation, which is what unblocks real parallelism. Right now we run single threaded on purpose. And lastly, I will increase the coverage, the loans module and other modules as well. So now comes the last slide. Everything's on screen. The suit lives in the playwright directory. Here it is. And if you want to run it yourself, it's three commands: bring up Fineract and Docker, start the app, open UI mode. And here's my GitHub. And I am in Mifos Slack as well. If anyone wants to write specs for this, message me and I will help. And lastly, thanks to all my mentors, Alberto, Victor, and obviously David and Edward, to providing me this valuable opportunity of my life. Thanks to all.
Thank you, Devansh. Very interesting work, and I think it will be really great seeing that being used. Well, because it's already being used within web app. I'm really excited as we try to get parity between the apps, how well that will help us get that and achieve that to our new launch. So that'll be really good. Next, we'll go back to mobile applications. I said we'd zigzag and back and forth a bit today. And we have Kalpesh, who's going to present around the work he's done this summer on open banking. Kalpesh, over to yourself.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Kalpesh, and I'm in my fourth year doing bachelor's in computer science engineering. And my project for this GSOC was to build an open banking application, which will serve as a reference application to show how open banking APIs can be used. In my midterm presentation, I showed what these open banking APIs are, like AISP APIs, PSP APIs, VRP. There are one another API, that is payment confirmation API, but that is not used in consumer apps, so that won't be covered in this application. The basic idea of open banking is that the banks share their data with third-party applications with the consent of the customer. Okay, this was the basic idea of the open banking. This app is not mainly about what it does, it's about how it does, and the core functionality of this app lives in its network layer. The all the open banking APIs uses financial grade API advance, which requires using private key JWT and MTLS for handshake. The sandbox we are currently using provides us with transport certificate, these two certificates. One is used for securely communicating with the server. The server verifies our application's identity, and our application also verifies the server identity on each API request we make. And when we try to generate authentication, then the signing key PM certificate is used. It is for verifying our consent for payments and for the AISP API. So the first thing an open banking app does is it verifies itself with the bank it is connecting, and it gets an access token to confirm that the TPP is registered with the bank. As you can see this API here, when I press the continue, this API will be triggered, and the app will verify with the bank that it is a valid app. And then after all these permissions, which you can see here, all these permission the bank will ask the user to allow. The app does not have to ask all these permissions. For sake of demonstration, we are using all the permission to display all the capabilities of the AISP APIs. On the bank portal, as you can see, the customer will now have the ability to select which account they want to share with the app. They have to select at least one, and they can also see what the permission the app is asking. The screen you saw, the permission screen you saw on the app, not all app will, show that information. That was from our side only. So right now I will select all the app accounts. If I don't select any account, let's say I don't select the credit card account, then it won't show in the app because the user does not grant the permission for that. As you can see, I selected 4 accounts and the credit card account did not appear here. Now we can access all these APIs, and as we know that AISP is a read-only API, so the TPP cannot perform any action on these APIs from their side. They can only make a get request to get the user information. Like here we can see the accounts being fetched using the accounts API. Then we can, for each account, get the account details using the account detail API. And further, we get the transactions using the transactions and the balance of those account. And in case the user want to revoke their access to the app, they can also do that. This is the delete consent API, which the user will use to revoke their consent, so that the app will no longer have access to the user information. Next is I already showed all this. Next is the payments API, right? Because the app doesn't only builds AISP, this is a PISP app also. And now there is one thing: an app does not need access to the account information APIs to be able to make payment. Since this app has those access, we can also fetch the beneficiaries of this account. This is only possible because we have the AISP access, and we are able to access the beneficiaries using the beneficiaries API. This is single payment. I will just make a €5 payment, £5, sorry. This is UK open banking API. For payments APIs, the consent which we generated when logging into the app, it does not count. For each payment, a new consent is generated. This is domestic payment. So the app verifies itself again. The user will also verify itself again. As you can see, whatever the payment app asked, the user can see it on the bank's portal, verify it, where it is going, pay, and the account number, and from which account it is being debited, and then confirm. The single payment API takes around 1 to 2 minutes to, settle the amount. Meanwhile, the schedule and standing order are both same. Same in the flow. Their flow is same. So I will just demonstrate the capability of one. And for this, I will show the international API, because there is one thing happens. An international payment can only go to an account which has an IBAN, which has international account enabled in their own bank account. They need to have an IBAN number, because this, as you can see, Mr. Nico here had a beneficiary, but that beneficiary is not eligible to take international payments because the beneficiary does not itself have a international account. This is the IBAN number. I will just select the frequency weekly. First payment on 29th. Last payment on any day. And we can also choose the currency. Now the sandbox does not give us the current conversion rate. We can, in the transactions, in the transaction, using the transaction API, when we fetch the transaction, we will see that for 10 US dollar, the equivalent amount in pound will be deducted. So then we can get the conversion rate, but the sandbox itself doesn't give us that. This was international standing order, I believe. Oh, sorry. So as you can see, for each payment, the user has to validate with the bank. And yes, it is a scheduled payment, so its status will only show setup. The app also shows that it was created. It logs the history. Now there is VRP. It's a variable recurring payment. And let's say we are currently using the account information API, so we have all the accounts. But uh, a merchant won't have access to the user's account information APIs. He will only ask user to choose any account at their bank. This is giving a warning that don't select a credit card account. It does not accept variable recurring payments. Variable recurring payment is a UK only API. Okay, I don't have short code for this. I will just show the international without here. Okay. Right now, okay. Quarterly. Pick any currency, euro. 10 euro. Now here we did not select an account. What happens is that the bank we will have to select the account on the portal. See, some accounts are not valid. The bank also at Sandbox also doesn't tell us which account are not valid. This is a multi-currency account. This stores many global currency. So if we select that, the chances are that the payment will fail. I will just select a current account. Yes, it succeeded again. And just to show you the capability of VRP, I will use a beneficial because I don't have a short code for another account. What VRP is, we set a limit per maximum per payment limit, and the maximum limit in a particular frequency. Say $500, we can't say more than $500 in a week, and we can't send more than $100. You pound in a single payment. Okay, so VRP is a special case here because we only generate consent once. I will show you just once, and then we can send payments any number of time until we exhaust the limit. Okay, it is set up now, and now you can see we have a consent generated here. This is the account, and now I can send money without confirming authenticating with the bank. I will just type to 120. The app won't allow. I entered 80. It's sent. And just to show you that it actually worked, I will show you in the logcat for now. The API request. Check again. Is it documenting? Yes, here it is. We can see that the request was made. I will just use a tool to show you. Nope. Okay. Tab. Oh, it's not okay. So as you can see, the status AAC means the payment was successful, and the charge we can see Mr. Nico was the payer debtor account. Mr. Dharani was the beneficiary, and we selected 80. So we can see the amount was deducted 80 pounds. So this was the PISP API. PISP only in other banking standards only covers send money, schedule, and standing. Only the UK Open Banking Standard covers variable recurring payments. So I had to show that it's a special case and a very useful case. And in the end, the consent is only valid till 90 days. Maximum limit is 90 days. So user can renew their consent here. And as I said, they can revoke their consent from the app. Okay, the app is logged out now. Any difficulties I faced? Open banking was very new to me, and because of that, I missed on some information, and I had to build the app a second time. So getting all information second time was, I mean, very important. So I had to spend a lot of time researching the second time. So the app, I think I am the last person to show my demo. I'm showing the demo of my app for the first time. And what is next? Currently the app is complete, but as you can see, the redirect URL is this. The bank portal logged out. Otherwise, I would have shown you. Wait, I can still show you. Yes, yes. So as you all guys can see, the redirect URL is currently a GitHub page, which is in my name, because the sandbox requires us to redirect to an HTTPS URL, and it requires, and as I said, it gives us certain certificates. So back to the place. So the app needs an backend. A backend is not for hosting the sandbox. A backend for acting as an intermediary between the sandbox, or say the bank production APIs and the app, because all banking APIs are hosted on a backend client, because the mobile app is a public client. Public client means they can't keep the information secure. As you saw that VRP, we generated a consent. That consent is only stored inside the app for now. But when the user logs out, that consent is lost. But if that consent is stored in a server, it is secure, and the user can authenticate with their server, and the consent will be retrieved again. So what is next for the community? I will just say that the app is incomplete without an backend server. We already have two projects. I saw that which do that, but the sandbox they use are dead. So we can either integrate the HSBC sandbox in those, or rebuild a new backend for this app. And yes, and what's next for me? I will be happy to, I mean, keep contributing to the Mifos X open banking app, whichever direction the community wants to take this app. And yes, I will keep contributing to other Mifos mobile apps then. Yes, so thank you to Mr. Rajan sir, Ed and David, and special thanks to Revnath, who was merging all my PRs all the time. So yes, that was from my side.
Thank you, Kalpesh. That's great to see. All the stuff you put into that application is great. It's going to be really useful to our end users. So thank you for sharing that and the work you've done this summer. Next, we're going to move across to look at Mifos X. One of the things we'd like to do is look at accessibility and usability and increase that. And I'm delighted this project actually specifically hones on that usability angle and looks at what we can do to make things a bit simpler for users. So, Yousuf, I'm really delighted that you're going to present to us next about the product templates work you've been doing this summer.
Hello everyone, my name is Yousuf Ansari and I am currently in my final year of BE in AI and DS. So For the MSOC internship, I worked on the product templates for the Mifos web app. So basically, the project was something that eases the user's convenience, like I would say a template layer that will turn a 96 field expert form. So basically, the issue for okay, yes. So the issue currently, which was the facing by the users, was that if a user want to create any loan product, so he or she has to go through 96 fields in only just one form group. So I'll show the demo for that. So this was the original basic classic loan product creation flow. So as you can see, there are so many fields which the user has to go through. And I got to know the severity of this project when when I individually I use the loan product, classic loan product type. I was not knowing many of the fields which are available here, like the delinquency bucket, the grace on principal payment, the cumulative and the progressive loan schedule type. So these were very confusing to me. Other than that, we have the terms, the charges, and the accounting. So yeah, so what the operator has to already know that what is the cumulative versus progressive schedule, which payment allocation strategy the product will be needing, what days in year and days in month conventions we have to fill, or what is grace period or moratorium semantics. Or if, for example, if a user wants to create a gold loan, so that user don't know which of the 96 fields he or she has to fill for the particular loan type. So I have written a code for that. The product knowledge lives in people and not in the system. And my this project overcomes this code. So the solution is one engine and it will run three entry points. So the classic is the original loan product type, which was there before this project. And I've created a convenient loan product type. So that convenient loan product type will have 14 active cards, including the custom and advanced loan type. The custom and advanced loan type will follow the same thing as classic. I will come to that later. And the third one is the working capital, which was as it is. So yeah, I'll show the, yes. So the create op button now shows three options, the classic, the convenient, and the working capital product. So when we click on the convenient loan product, we can see these many pre-configured loan product types, like the custom advance, personal loan, two-wheeler loan, JLG loan, etc. There are, as you might have noticed, there are three loan product types which are said to be upcoming because they require Fineract backend capabilities to be updated. So that's the reason I have put them on hold. And the rest, all of the 14 ones are active right now. So yeah, I'll show a personal loan product demo end to end. So it requires the 7 steps, not 12, as we saw in the classic loan product type. So we'll create a personal loan product. So as you can see, the UI fields have narrowed down to so less. I'll just, so as you can see, these values are entered predefined by the template. So there is no need to do changes in any of the settings. And this is the payment allocation. As we can see, the user can change it according to his or her needs. For the charges, it follows the same classic loan product type. And the accounting part, if we change into cash or accrual upfront or periodic, so it will give more UI fields. But for this demo, I will show only the none type. So as you can see, this is the review part of the loan product. So it is very user friendly. Oh, actually, this uh, yeah. So the review part is very user friendly. The user can see the values which he entered in the form. So these are the values. And the most important part is the templates defaults. So the hidden variables which were seen in the classic loan product type, they all are hidden, and the default values for them will be automatically sent to the backend. So when we click on create, the loan product gets created. And I have kept this feature that if a user wants to edit any of the hidden variables basically, so he or she can do it from here. As you can see in this or in this page, the loan product review page. So the user can see all the hidden variables which he never entered to create the loan product. For example, like the down payment percentage, the loan charge of behavior, all these things, they were sent by the hidden variables. So I'll even show by editing one of the features like the description. So the description was, I'll say something like after editing hidden variables. So the preview part will show after editing hidden variables. So we will have to just do the submit part and it will get updated as you can see here. So yeah, so just now I showed the personal loan end to end, and I also gave the proof shot. The created product carries progressive scheduling. So when the user will select the progressive scheduling, advanced payment allocation comes up, and these other values are the pre-default values which are given by the template. So I'll not talk in deep about all the 14 loan product types because they all almost follow the same structure and the same seven-step form. The only product that is structurally different is the joint liability group product. So I'll show you the loan product type. Okay. Yeah. So in this, there is a new field or new stepper form which I can say is the loan cycle variation. So this gets enabled pre-default by the template, and if the user will deselect the use borrower cycle, it will automatically get vanished from the form. But in order to showcase the JLG loan type, I will just use it. I am using the short name different because in the backend, if it has the same name as JLG, so it will give a duplicate error. So now regarding the loan cycle variations, so when I got deep into the loan product, I got to know that the first principal by loan cycle, the variation which will be added should be equals, and the second one should be the greater than one, which you can see here. So I'll just create a equals one, like 50,000, and I'll add it. So this is a feature that is implemented by me. I have created something like a warning to the user that the principal amount variations must end with a greater than condition. So when I will add here a greater than condition, greater than, so the warning will get vanished. So I'll move forward. These are the settings field which the user can change. If the recalculate interest part is clicked, so the UI fields get changed, but I'll not do that for now. The same payment allocation, the charges, the same accounting, and the review part. So as we added a single loan cycle variation for the principal, so this is the different thing about JLG loan product. So yes, the loan product gets created. So I just wanted to show the principal by loan cycle. So this is something which is not available in all the loan product types, and it is available in the JLG loan product. Also, the custom, I wanted to show the custom advanced loan product type. It follows the same thing which the classic loan product follows. It is a multi-step form. It will follow each and every UI fields that the classic loan product had. These all the UI fields. Yeah. So in the custom advanced, nothing was removed from the platform. It follows the same pattern as the classic loan product. So I'll just quickly give a brief that how a template becomes a product. So as we saw in the landing page, so this is called the gallery, and the gallery contains the product cards, and the coding part which follows is the data.profile mode. So a single code is written, and the same code follows differently for each and every loan product type, like the profile mode. So whenever a user selects the personal loan, so the hidden variables which are sent for the personal loan and which are to be shown on the UI, so the profile mode gets selected as the personal loan, like that. So the wizard, it handles the hidden UI fields and the visible UI fields. And finally, the build payload, it will give the details to the Fineract backend, the post loan products. Yeah. So yes, hidden defaults for profile mode. So only it is only one map, and it does the two jobs. The key is hidden from the UI and pinned in the payload. So yes, their architecture. So the guided profiles in the guided profiles, the so what does this means? The template wins. So the template wins means the template already follows a hidden variable list, like a for example, if you select personal loan, so the backend automatically has the same. It will follow the same each and every time. It will follow the same defaults that will be used for the hidden variables. So that's the reason the template wins in the guided profiles, and in the custom advanced, the user wins because the user can enter any values for the UI fields. So that's the reason the user wins. So the three problems which I came across while making this project was, so the classic loan product type. So the allow partial period interest calculation. So this was the backend had some misspelled issues for. So yes, though so the Fineract 22 2206 had the misspelling. So the web apps follow-up dropped the re key by making both sides identical. So what I did, I removed the dead statements, documented the two directional history, and locked it with a spec. So even I fixed the classic flow too regarding this particular variable, and I wasted much time of my project in while fixing this issue. Also, the progressive ignores grace period. So the education loan, it follows it should have the progressive schedule generator, but the Finerac's progressive schedule generator has no grace or moratorium support. So I have pinned it to the classic cumulative stack. So the result is that it behaves correctly. And the last one is dependent fields in platform. So the classic removes form controls on toggle. So how can I explain? Yes. So whenever we click a new UI field, and when we wanted to show some new fields, so even that I have fixed in the build payload for the convenient loan product type. So it shows the correct UI fields which have to be shown when we select a particular UI field. Also, I have 279 tests built on the code which I have entered in the web app direct repo. So the Yes, so I have run a command for that, and as you can see, the four total test suits and the 279 tests which are passed. It took 64 seconds of time. That is the reason I didn't run the command live. So yes, this is the testing part of the my project. And the last part is I have just kept it for a record that which of the loan product templates have different features. So as I demoed the personal loan, it has the progressive stack. Same, the two-wheeler loan follows the progressive stack. Education loan follows a cumulative stack, and it has the semester-wise tranches. I'll show it once. So in the settings, we can see the maximum tranche count and the grace on interest payment and the grace on principal payment. So this is the change for educational, and the agricultural repayment will be set to the crop cycle, like after a year, after 2 years, like that. The JLG loan, which I showed before, home and mortgage loan, they both share the same thing. So as you can see, the home loan, it has the same fields. And the mortgage loan, it has the same UI fields. Next, buy now, pay later. So buy now, pay later is also an interesting loan product type. So it has this something like interest refunds, the merchant issued refund and the payout refund, and the deferred income recognition. So these fields are added for the buy now, pay later form. These are the different fields. The only two different UI fields are the interest refunds and the deferred income recognition for the buy now pay later loan. Next follows the credit card EMI, the gold loan, the auto loan, the consumer durable loan, and the loan against security. So all these are available here: gold loan, then the credit card EMI, loan versus securities, and consumer durable loan. So basically, the typical structure which they follow are the same for the loan, like the personal loan and the two-wheeler loan. So I'll not demonstrate deep in that. And finally, I'll move to the what shipped and what comes after slide. So I have shipped currently 14 templates, including the custom advanced one. And these included 12 merged PRs. And also I have kept everything, the code, a reusable one, because I have to migrate it in future for the React web app also. Yes, so this is everything from my side. Thank you. And I would like to thank Ed and David for giving me this opportunity. And I would like to thank Ed, Nayan, Bharat for guiding me in each and every difficulties and wherever I needed help. A special thanks which I wanted to give is to Victor, because I really enjoyed all those late night debugging of code and solving the code rabbits issues. So yeah, thank you everyone.
Thank you very much, Yousuf. It's been great to see the conversation of this one really developing as you've been doing it this summer. And I think that's a as you say, this is a really user-driven type project, which is great. We know the applicability for our user base, and they're going to really enjoy having this feature in the upcoming releases. So, an exciting one. Thank you for sharing that with us. Next, we're going to move across to Kartikey. Kartikey's been working on Flow Pocket linked accounts or pocket flow management. Over to yourself, Kartikey.
Hi everyone. Myself Kartikey Shukla. I am a final year engineering student. Currently, I've been contributing to Mifos from January, and I've been working on the mobile apps. And my project was pocket flow management. So basically, this project was to integrate a pocket feature in Mifos Pay and Mifos Mobile as well. So what is a pocket? A pocket is nothing but a list of favorite accounts, or you can say when a user visits some accounts frequently. So he might want to make a collection of those accounts so that he can access it quickly. So what the pocket does, it keeps a collection of those accounts so they can be accessed without any friction or anything. So in the pocket feature, we have decided to build a dashboard screen in which we'll be having in which we have the list of all pocket accounts, and we have grouped them with according to their account type, like loan, share, and savings, and aggregated balance is shown at the top. And then we have manage pocket screen where we can link or delink an account to pocket. And then we also have a feature of smart suggestion in which wherever in the whole app, in Mifos Pay or in Mifos Mobile, wherever an account is required for a transaction, so intuitively, the pocket accounts are shown as a priority because a user might want to use the same account again, which he or she uses frequently. So that account will be shown as a priority, and a dialog will be also shown if he or she selects an account which is not already there in the pocket, so that he can add to it. So the Pocket Dashboard screen currently, as you can see, have the account grouped as saving, loan accounts, and there is a dashboard of that which shows the whole aggregated balance for the whole pocket. And next, also we can navigate to the details of that pocket through this screen by clicking these accounts. Also, we have freshness indicator which was integrated after the stored file migration. So here it also shows the last sync status of the pocket. So next we have manage pocket screen in which we are showing like all the links accounts are shown, and then if we click the link button, then a dialog will open in which we can also search any account, and we can select the account and add to the pocket. And then there is also feature when we will click this delete button, then we can delink a pocket, and here a confirmation dialog will also arrive first. Then we have the pocket account session as I talked. So pocket are shown as a priority while adding an account to pocket. Then a dialog will be shown if if an account is selected for transaction which was not already there in pocket, so that the user can add to pocket. Then other than that, first I need to show my demo. So it's my emulator visible on my mobile device. David, can you please confirm?
Yes, we can see it. Yes.
Yes. So this is the Mifos Pay app. So in which when I click the pocket card, then the list of taking time. Second. So the pocket accounts loaded, in which here you can see the saving accounts, loan accounts, which are linked to pocket. Then when I will click on the saving account, it successfully navigate to its details. And here we can see the freshness indicator, which shows that the list was updated just now. And here is the aggregated balance is being shown. And then we'll navigate to the manage pocket screen, here you can see I can successfully delink an account from Pocket by clicking this button. And then if I click link, then here we are showing the list of pockets. If I search, like if I type one, then here the account which is ending with one is shown. And if I select two accounts, let's say, so after linking, those accounts are shown. And then after a successful refresh, those accounts are also shown here. Then the smart pocket session which I was talking about, like if we go to payments and let's say we select interbank transfer. So as you can see, this account was already added to Pocket. So it is being shown as a top priority. And this account is not in the Pocket. So if we click this account, select for transaction, then we are being asked that do we want this account to Pocket? And if I click yes, so we have a success dialog and we are moved forward in the transaction. So and as you can see, that account is also successfully added to Pocket. So that was my demo part. And then after that, I've also wrote tests for the whole Pocket feature, for the screens, the view model, the repository, and it took me around 2 weeks actually, because I was new to testing. I first learned how to write tests, and for all platforms actually, not only for Android, for iOS, and so how to write tests that are compatible for all the platforms. So I wrote all the tests in both Mifos Pay and Mifos Mobile. So currently it's a robust testing. And then I found out that in Mifos Mobile, the test was legacy test. They only supported Android. So I migrated all those tests to support all the platforms, iOS, desktop, and all those platforms. Then after that, we are also, since I'm also, I decided to support offline feature for Pocket. So in Mifos Mobile, since which is an intelligent caching library, so I write manual code, so to avoid like data. So I write manual conflict resolution strategies so that there is no ambiguity between the offline data of the Pocket accounts and the data which is on server. And in Mifos Pay last week only, Rajan sir migrated the repository to use store 5. So I leveraged take the opportunity of store 5, and I integrated it in my Pocket feature also. So currently it does all the manual work which I did in Mifos Mobile. In Mifos Pay, it handles itself all those things. In that, I am using the network only store for the Pocket dashboard screen. As in it, I am also showing the balances, so that data can't be stale. But in the manage Pocket screen, I am showing it is offline first, so I am showing only the list of linked accounts. So that's why I use a offline first store. So it syncs to network later. First, it optimistically update the data in offline storage. So, so a brief overview of my architecture. So here we have the source of truth, which is from room database, which is offline database, and then these are used as the store builder. And the store builder, then using the store builder, we have created a Pocket store and a linkable store. So the Pocket store is to fetch all the linked Pocket accounts and delink any account, and the linkable store is to fetch all the available accounts which are available to be linked in a Pocket. And then the Pocket repository uses those stores, and then the manage Pocket screen and the Pocket dashboard screen fetches data from through the Pocket repository. So that was my whole project. And what's next for me? So as my C4GT timeline will be ending soon, but we and Rajan sir have decided that I'll be working closely with him for about 3 or more months, and we'll try to make the field officer app white label protection grade so that anyone can use it and take reference from it. So that's next for me. And my report link and the GitHub repo links are there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kartikey. Good to see the work you're doing and look forward to the end result. As you say, you're on C4GT, so you have a couple of weeks left to finish up, but great to see where you've got to so far on it. Next, we're going to move back to Mifos X. Well, you're kind of Mifos X, but it could apply to other parts of Mifos in the future. And we're very excited about the Mifos Marketplace project that we've had Hossam doing. So over to yourself, Hossam, to present what you're doing today.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to my final showcase. My name is Hossam Hatem, and today I'm excited to share and present our project, Mifos Marketplace, Secure Extensibility for Next Generation Digital Banking. Next, please. The primary objective of this project is to build a cloud-native multi-module Spring Boot application that introduces secure and modular extensibility to Mifos ecosystem. This platform operates as a centralized enterprise marketplace and security gateway, connecting independent plugin developers with microfinance banking institutions around the world. Our system rests on 6 core pillars here. The first one, an offline RSA BKI licensing engine using ASN.1DR extensions, which is an abstract syntax notation, one distinguishing encoding rules. A strict binary way to turn data structures into bytes that ensures any given piece of data always turns into the exact same sequence of bytes, which is vital for digital signatures and security. The second part is a hexagonal monorepo architecture governed by the custom convention plugin. And the third one is an immutable 5-stage plugin lifecycle state machine featuring mandatory security attestation gates. A zero trust permission consent model requiring explicit tenant administration scope approval. The fifth part is enterprise software supply chain security integration with JFrog Artifactory, JFrog X-ray scanning, SLSA level 3 provenance, and Cyclone DX SPOM manifests. The sixth part and the final part is a production REST API suite comprising about 40 to 50 endpoints across 11 execution phases supported by ASCII Doctor documentation portal. Next, please. Core banking platforms like Mifos nowadays face a critical operations challenge: how to enable rapid localization innovation without compromising core system stability. If you look at this diagram, we contrast traditional monolithic code pollution against our secure software supply chain. Microfinance institutions operating in diverse global markets frequently require localized features such as mobile money payment gateways, custom credit scoring algorithms, many other features. Historically, institutions were forced to hard-code these modifications directly into core banking repositories. This created severe security vulnerabilities, database migration debit, code pollution, and blocked upstream software upgrades. So our architectural vision solves this problem by decoupling extensions entirely into isolated modular artifacts compiled against standardized API contracts. Every plugin binary is bound to a SHA-256 digest signed using RSA BKI infrastructure and hosted in enterprise artifact repositories. This guarantees that financial institutions retain complete data sovereignty through explicit permission consent scopes enforced directly by database level constraints. Next, please. If you give me your attention to this diagram, you can see our end-to-end system topology and subsystem boundaries organized across 6 modular components. So here, if you check our Bicoculi CLI generator tool, operates completely offline to generate the CA certificates, include custom ASN.1DR extensions, and the package BKCS #12 customer licenses. The early boot licensing engine starter integrates directly into the Spring Boot application lifecycle, running zero network verification checks before any beans are created. The REST transport layer exposes 12 Spring MVC controllers handling 40 to 50 endpoints with RFC 7807 error formatting. The core business engine manages domain entities and enforces state machine transitions and semantic version logic. Relational persistence is blocked and is bagged and handled by the Postgres using about 15 liquid-based migration scripts to prevent any schema mutation. And our JFrog enterprise adapters here interface directly with Artifactory for binary hosting and X-ray for automated vulnerability scanning. Next one, please. So what makes our security architecture exceptionally resilient is that license validation happens offline. During early application startup, if you check the diagram, our license starter implements Spring environment post-processor interface. Executing before Spring creates business beans or connects to the database. Using Bouncy Castle, it parses the BKCS #12 bundle offline and validates the RSA signature against our local root CA. It decodes the custom ASN extensions under our private enterprise OID namespaces. It verifies product ID, customer ID, max instances, and license type with a 1-minute clock skew tolerance. If validation fails, the system fast fail immediately and logs structured error codes. To prevent memory inspections attacks, decrypted passwords characters arrays are wiped using final blocks, while the health actuator reports live license health telemetry. Next, please. So again, to maintain a clean, maintainable, and standardized code base across all the submodules, we implemented hexagonal architecture across a monorepo governed by the Gradle convention plugin. As shown in the diagram, our custom convention plugin added standardized build configurations, manage Java 25 toolchain targets, and enforce a strict dependency direction across the entire repository. Inner domain layers contain zero dependencies on outer infrastructure frameworks. The inner module, which is marketplace domain model, contains pure Java entities free of Spring or GPA annotations. Inbound use cases interfaces are defined in the listing API, while core domain services enforce business logic independently of external framework. Outer infrastructure adapters, such as REST for API controllers, persistence for repositories, and JFrog for enterprise binary management. Implement these ports. This ensure we can swap out database systems or artifact repositories without modifying core business rules. Next one, please. To prevent malicious or unverified code from reaching core banking environments, every plugin version progress through an immutable state machine detailed in the diagram here. The lifecycle consists of 5 mandatory stages: draft, submitted, in review, approved, and published, along terminal states such as deprecated or retired. So when a publisher submits a draft, the system validates binary presence and the semantic version strings, then looks all the metadata against edits. An administrator holding the admin rule reviews the listing and in the queue. Once approved, promoting the version to published, and it's hard gated by automated security scan verification. Crucially, once published, binary artifacts and the digests, which is SHA-256, and all the rules and required scopes become permanently immutable. If a version is deprecated, HTTP response automatically emit RFC deprecation and sunset headers. Next one, please. Zero trust is foundational security requirement for any fintech application. In the diagram here, our tenant scope consent validation and the persistent flow. Plugins have zero implicit data access permissions open in installation. When a bank installs a plugin, the platform requires an explicit consent contract specifying approved scopes for this plugin. The available scopes like accounts read, balance read, transactions read, statements read, BII read, or export. The system verifies that consent scopes from a strict subset of plugins declare the required scopes. Approved scopes are stored in the marketplace installation scopes database table, guarded by database checks constraints at the database level. Next, please. So when a plugin version is approved, our infrastructure adapter deploys the compiled binary to JFrog Artifactory. Using HTTP bot requests carrying metrics, checksum properties, including the digests and publisher identity, as a synchronous trigger immediately submits the binary to JFrog X-Ray for automated vulnerability and license scanning. Our adapter uses exponential backoff polling with jitter to check scan status. If the X-ray scanning detects high or critical CVE vulnerabilities, attestation verified remains false. Any attempt to publish an unverified binary throws attestation gate violation exception with 409 conflict status code, permanently blocking catalog exposure. Furthermore, JReleaser generates Cyclone DX 1.5 SPOM manifests signed in to build attestations. That's all for the REST API architecture. Next one, please. Do you hear me?
Yeah, we're on slide 10. What are you seeing?
Sorry. So quality assurance is built directly into our continuous integration process. The pipeline executes 5 build stages: code compilation, unit testing, integration testing, Jacoco coverage evaluation, and CLI sanity checks. We enforce a strict Jacoco quality gate test suite, which running minimum 80% line and branch coverage, which covers all the endpoints, all the endpoints. Against live the Postgres 18 database and real JFrog Artifactory instances, conforming 100% test pass rates across publisher registration and binary uploads, state machine transitions, and tenant scope installation. So, next one, please. Here's our demo. Hello there, my name is Hossam Hatem, and welcome to the final demonstration of the Mifos Marketplace backend for Mifos Summer of Code 2026, mentored by Alex, Edward, and David. The Mifos Marketplace is a cloud-native platform providing commercial X509 PKI licensing, a semantic version plugin registry, JFrog Artifactory, and X-ray security scanning with zero trust tenant consent, scoping, and audit logging. First, let's execute the get/actuator/health. Notice our license health indicator report is up, confirming our commercial license was cryptographically validated by license enforcement environment post-processor before Spring Boot bean initialization. Next, we are calling get/.wellknown/jwks.json to inspect our public JWK key set. This enables external microservices to verify our JWT signatures statelessly. Next, we authenticate as administrator, as you see here, using the post/auth/login. The system issues a signed JWT bearer access token containing rule claims and the publisher identity context. After that, we register a new extension publisher, Fintech Solutions 101, to prevent unauthorized submissions. Newly registered publisher start in pending status, as you see here. And as an administrator, we call the post/publishers/id/activate to approve the publisher account transitioning its status from pending to active. Now we execute the get/publishers/id to verify that the publisher profile is active and fully configured. Now we can log in and execute the post/os/login using the newly created publisher credentials to acquire a dedicated publisher JWT token. After that, here is our marketplace taxonomy, categories and tags. To structure our marketplace catalog, we first execute post/categories to create a top-level root category named payments, for example. Then here we are creating a child category we call post/categories, again passing our root category ID as a parent ID to create a subcategory named mobile money. After that, we call the get/categories/roots to demonstrate how our API returns hierarchical root categories for catalog navigation and so on. Now we are creating tag definition. We execute the post/tags to define a new search tag named Fast Pay Bro with a custom color hex code and so on. After that, we are registering the plugin and version upload to JFrog. Acting as our active publisher, we call post/plugins to create a new plugin entity named Mifos Payment Gateway Pro. The plugin is created in draft state. Then we are assigning a tag to the plugin. We call the post/plugin/id/tags/tag ID to link our FastPay Pro tag to the plugin. Then here we upload the version 1.0.0 with binary attachment using post/plugin/id/versions. The version string is strictly validated against the semantic version 2.0.0. The jar is streamed directly to the JFrog artifactory, returning 202, accepted with a server verified SHA 256 digest. After that, we call the post/plugin/id/compatibility to record compatibility for Mifos X core version. After that, publishing follows an immutable state machine. First, the publisher calls the post/plugin/id/submit, moving the version from draft to submitted, as you see here. And then the admin here starts to review, executing the post/plugin/id/start review to transition the state from submitted to in review. After that, the admin approves version. The admin completes the review and calls post/approve, transitioning the version from in review to approved. Finally, the admin calls post/publish the JFrog X-ray adapter, pulls JFrog X-ray for security vulnerabilities using exponential backoff with jitter. Once X-ray confirms 0 high or critical issues, attestation verified becomes true, and state transitions to published, freezing version metadata immutability. Now let's look at the JFrog Enterprise Platform UI to see what happened behind the scene. In Artifactory here, if we check our artifacts, we can see our plugin binary artifact stored securely in the repository tree. The custom matrix properties attached automatically by the JFrog Artifactory adapter. If we check our repository here, we will see here is our artifact stored securely. It's including the publisher ID, plugin key, and the verified SHA 256 digest. Under the X-ray security tab, we can see the automated vulnerability scan report confirming 0 high or critical issues. We had a small issue because the JFrog website wasn't loading the repositories. If we check under the X-ray security tab, we can see the automated vulnerability scan report for our plugins in the Mifos Marketplace local repository. we can check one of the uploaded jars. We can see that the report confirming zero high or critical severity CVEs. Furthermore, our build pipeline attached into to signed attestation via the JFrog Evidence API guaranteeing build provenance and SPOM transparency. Now coming back to the Postman, users can stream the published artifact using get/download, which streams the binary and increments the plugin's download metric. And after that, we demonstrate tenant installation under our zero trust consent model. Access is denied by default using post/installations. The tenant explicitly approves the account read and balance read scopes, for example. We call the get/installation/ID to verify that the installation is active and displays our granted scope list here. And tenants maintain runtime control over installations. Calling patch/installations/ID disables the plugin active to disabled without deleting the settings. Now, let me highlight our architecture documentation using the ASCII Doctor Gradle plugin. We auto-generate comprehensive HTML technical documentation containing embedded component diagram, Spring Boot initialization sequence diagram, entity relationship diagrams, and state machine specifications. Our CI/CD architecture features two automated GitHub action workflow, CI.yaml for multi-stage Java testing and build assembly, and artifact pipeline.yaml, which orchestrates JReleaser to produce SLSA build provenance, Cyclone DX software builds of materials, and cosign keyless Sigastore signature recorder to the record transparency. Yeah, that was our demo. Looking ahead, our strategic roadmap expands for the marketplace into a generalized e-commerce engine for financial inclusion. Beyond Java jar binaries, the platform will host ZIB documentations, bundles, managed cloud services with SLA, webhooks, compiler certification, voucher, and white label publisher storefronts. On the technical roadmap, we plan to implement Redis-based distributed max instance, looking to enforce multi-node cluster boundaries, compile runtime CA certificate fingerprint binning to secure deployment against CA substitution. Official IANA private enterprise number registration, replacing temporarily OID namespaces. Maybe we will integrate one of the workflow engines for automated plugin reviews with SLA alerts and publisher webhooks with externalized error strings for full I-18 localization. Next, please. In closing, I'd like to share and highlight the motto, let's build the future together and make it endless summer of code, because it's been a very fantastic journey with this wonderful community and contributors. I'd like to thank all my mentors, Alex and Edward and David. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I'm now open to answer any questions through my Slack, email, LinkedIn, whatever you want. I'll be very happy to answer all of your questions about any aspect of the system. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Hossam. That's great to see the work you've done there. I mean, this is a huge project and not even achievable in one intern summer, as we know. So, as you say, it's a project we will continue working on. But yeah, no, it's great to see what you've done so far, and a lot of technical detail for those that want to drill down into technical details. So, thanks.
You're welcome.
That concludes, I believe, the presentations to today. Thank you for all those who have presented today. It's great to have had you sharing what you've done over the last few months with Mifos, and we look forward to you staying as part of the community. So thank you all for joining. I know we're very close to the end of time today, but I can see we don't have any questions. Ed, any closing thoughts from yourself?
Yeah, I think just once again, a thank you to everybody for their presentations today. I think the takeaway for me today is just a lot of our projects today are covering areas of scope that are quite encompassing, requiring contributions and enhancements at the back end as well as the front end. So I think concepts like a marketplace or trying to provide end-to-end solutions around open banking or even the pocket features, these are going to be projects where we continue to evolve and iterate over time. And I'm happy to see we're getting some of the foundational elements in place that will allow us to build from or provide some of those key tools to help the community innovate around these areas. But was happy to see all the new progress and innovation happening on mobile, as well as what's going into Mifos X. And as we've noted before, we're really excited about getting those Mifos X UI, features and testing framework migrate over to the React web app and really demonstrating the value and portability of what our interns are working on immediately to our community. But thanks again to our interns today, and as well as the mentors guiding their contributions, and really looking forward to our final day of showcases. And I'll let David, speak to what we have in store for tomorrow.
Thank you, Ed. Yeah, we've got an exciting final day. We left AI to the end, and this isn't just like theoretical AI. This is AI that's actually enhancing how our community works. It's enhancing our products. So we've got 7 great presentations for you tomorrow. So I really do suggest you tune in and you watch that tomorrow as well. So thank you all for joining. Just a quick reminder for tomorrow's events coming up.